Hi, hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, beautiful day. I think today is the first day it's been sunny here in a little while, so it's always nice. And today's video is going to be a Knits and Babbles. Now, if you haven't watched one of these before, this is a podcast type episode where I talk about everything that I've knit during the month. But this time it's going to be a month and a half because I think last time we did it was mid-June because I had missed a couple months. So this episode is going to be mid-June, July. So this is going to be a month and a half. I don't know why sometimes the dates this year just flew by and I can't believe August is already done. Today is literally the last day of August. I think we're August 31st. Already in September, already fall. So Knits and Babbles is a podcast type episode where I talk about, everything that I've knit during the month, finished, new cast-ons, and then acquisitions. So let's just hop right into it because I think this is the first time I do not have any current whips. As of right now, everything is either on hold or it's just like really long-term projects that I don't really have much to share with you guys just yet. But if you were wondering by now, this is the tank top that I knit for my trip to Italy and London. I knit it during that week that I went abroad, and let me just give you. So the front and the back are the same, except the back, it ends up thinning out a little bit more and it's a little bit longer. So it kind of just, my back cracked. The back is, hopefully you saw that. If not, that was just a really good back crack. Tank top was knit up in summer by Yarn Art. This is the variation Dream because it is a 4-color tonal, but this one was just pure black. So this one is just the basic Yarn Art summer. It is 70% cotton and then 30% viscose. It is a sport weight yarn, and this was yarn that was brought to me by my boyfriend's mom when she visited from Turkey. So this tank top was inspired by 2 different patterns. I didn't knit it with a pattern because I didn't have the correct yarn or the correct needles and I didn't meet gauge. So I kind of went a little on my own, knitting on the plane and just unraveling and figuring out as I was knitting it up. But the 2 patterns were, one of them was a secret summer top, I think, and the second one was the Audrey top by Petite Knit. I just thought that those tops look really nice, so I tried to do my own little version. I ended up adding an extra purl row here along the little side to help with the rolling, and I have I-cord straps. I don't know if that's what the pattern calls for. At the bottom, I just did a regular bind off. I kind of just knit up a little swatch, measured my waist to figure out how many stitches to cast on, and then cast it on as so, and then split for the front and the back, knit up the front first to figure out how long I wanted it comfortably on my body, and then did the same for the back. But as I mentioned, I ended up doing more decreases on the back to get a little bit slimmer and just knit a little bit longer because I had left live stitches. I just picked up those live stitches at the front and did I-cords on the strap. And the tank top was born. From that tank top, I ended up having a little bit of yarn left over, and because I finished it on the trip before, I think I finished it in Italy, I then took that yarn and cast it on a pattern. This was a free pattern from Purl Soho. I forget what the name is exactly, but I'm just gonna put it here. But this is the little pouch that I ended up knitting. So because this yarn is a sport weight, and for this bag it requires a fingering weight, so it required different needles, and I only had the one set of needles that I had brought with me for this tank top, I ended up casting on, I think, 20 stitches less than was required, and I wanted it to be a small little pouch. So I did the exact same things that the pattern instructed, the exact same construction for the I-cord, the exact same for the folded, it's kind of like a seamless folded loopty part. I did all of the same measurements. The only thing I changed was how long it was. I think my bag right now is 6.5 or 7 inches, and the pattern said to go to 12 inches. I just thought that that was going to be too long for a very simple little pouch. So I kind of stopped it right there and then just did a mattress stitch at the bottom. I know you can't really see this because it's black yarn, but yeah. Both of these were worked up in Yarn Art Summer. So this is the Dream variation because it has cute little, I think it's 4 tones, yellow, copper, pink, and like a blue, like a bluish gray. So this is 70% cotton and then 30% viscose, a sport weight. So this is the exact same yarn. This one is just labeled Dream because they had a Dream collection where it was like more different tonals. So because this little bag ended up being super, super cute, I need to finish it. I know, I'm gonna finish it. I ended up after that casting on another one, but with that fun colorway. And this is what it ends up looking like. And I think that this is super, super cute. This one is a little bit longer because I should have stopped at the blue to get it to be the exact same length, but I wanted the yellow at the bottom. I wanted to end on the yellow. So I just kept going till the yellow. This one is fully done. Like when I mean fully, like all the ends are weaved in. I weaved them in last night because I didn't want to cast on something new and I kind of just, yeah. So this one is fully, fully done. But I mean, how cute is that? If you have any leftover yarn, I highly recommend you check out this pouch bag pattern. There is the option to turn it into a backpack. I haven't done that one yet, and somehow you end up attaching the strap, the I-cord here to the top, and then still have the drawstring options. I just want little pouches in my life. So you're gonna realize this video is just finished objects for some weird reason. The next knit that I want to share with you guys was actually in last week's video. I'm really, really proud of it, so I'm going to show it again. And it is the skirt from Le Pouch. Honestly, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I absolutely love the skirt. And the stitch is very nice. I've worn it a little bit around the house, haven't worn it outside because I'm not going to walk in this very sheer fabric downtown. I'm so happy with the fact that I was able to knit this before the trip. I remember last week mentioning that I had actually a difficult time with the bind off at the bottom, and someone ended up sending the video to Le Pouch because I knit their skirt, which I thought was really fun, and they actually reached out to me and sent me a video explaining how to do the bind off. So if you guys do run into this issue, I highly recommend you message them over on Instagram and they will just send you the video about how to do the I-cord. Not the I-cord, the bind off. I thought that that was really sweet and nice of them. And I love when pattern creators kind of actually answer your messages, because I sometimes see on Ravelry people will post questions and stuff and then there's never any response. It's just dead water. But I thought that that was very kind of them to go out of their way to help me. So if you want to cast this one on, I highly recommend you do. It's a really fun knit and it's such a beautiful stitch pattern. And then with that skirt, I also ended up knitting this cute little tank top. So it's a little bit cropped, but this was just all of the yarn that I had. So for both these projects, the skirt and the tank top, I ended up using 5 skeins of Lin by Sandnes Garn. So it's the lime skirt knit in lin. Lime skirt knit in lin. Lime skirt lit. It's like a real tongue twister. So this is the tank top. I didn't follow a pattern for this one as well. I kind of just went, I don't know. I kind of just did my own little thing here. I'm now realizing I didn't know this, but lin seems to crease. Interesting. It was folded and already packed in my suitcase, sort of like temporary. It seems to kind of crease. Do you see that? Or fold. Interesting. If I remember correctly, because I no longer have the labels since all the yarn was knit up, this has viscose and linen in it, or viscose or linen, which would make sense as to why it creases. I have a silk shirt that creases, and I've noticed mohair also. My mohair cardigan, if I fold it and put it in the closet for some weird reason, it must be the silk content in it, it'll actually pleat like a dress shirt, which is really interesting because it's so fuzzy. You wouldn't think, I don't know. So that's good to know that this kind of also, I'm gonna have to be really careful with this one. because it's pleating. This was the tank top that matched with the skirt. And I'm honestly really surprised because in the video I had mentioned that I don't particularly think that these two items work well together. They are knit with the same yarn, but other than that, I feel like, I don't know, I like the tank top better with pants than with this particular skirt. And I didn't knit them to go together. I just kind of knit the tank top, a very simple stockinette tank top, because I had yarn and I wanted to see if I could. I thought it would be a fun little challenge to add to the video. But overwhelmingly, yeah, a bunch of you guys did comment that you thought that these two worked well together. So I guess we're gonna see on the trip on a day-to-day basis what ends up happening. And I'll let you know if I end up wearing them together, and I'll let you know how they do wear. I think it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks now that I've asked you guys for a gift recommendation, like pattern ideas for gifts for people. And if you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you do. The list is still growing over on Ravelry. I keep adding suggestions that you guys give. So if you guys are curious and have a gift opportunity coming up, I highly recommend you check out that video. I will link it. I ended up choosing 2 patterns from the list that I knit, and I finished both of these, and I was only able to knit 2 in the time from then to now. So the pattern for this bag was actually one that was suggested in the video, but I had already knit a bag before doing the video, and I had already seen this pattern before, but it is part of that video, but I just wanted to clarify. So one of the patterns I was suggested many times was the Age of Brass and Stone shawl or kerchief. I ended up knitting it. So this is mine. I'm just gonna put it on. I think this took me about 2 weeks to knit. This is, oh, this feels nice. This is the first time I'm actually putting it on because it was drying. It took really long to dry. I've noticed cotton takes forever to dry. Same with the skirt. But yeah, so because this is a gift, I haven't actually worn it. But this is knit in Himilaya Deluxe Bamboo. It is 60% bamboo, 40% cotton. I ended up knitting this shawl with a needle size, a full needle size smaller, because this yarn is sport weight and the pattern recommends DK weight. Another thing that I did, which was a mistake, but I kind of left it, was I ended up doing 5 of these panel sections. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's supposed to be 4, but I figured because I was knitting it with a smaller yarn on a smaller needle, I haven't measured the shawl yet. I assumed like 1 more panel can't hurt. It looks really big, but it's not like the biggest shawl I've ever knit. And the cotton and bamboo actually feels really cool and nice on the body. This is perfect for summer. I knit it in the gray, but I did have this very little baby blue. However, when I talked to my boyfriend about it, he thought that this blue might be a little bit too much. Like, I like this blue, it's kind of cute, but he was just thinking it might just be a little bit too much of a baby blue, like baby blanket blue. And I was worried about the same thing. I didn't want to knit something that would look cute with a baby because it's not for a baby. Okay, I might just keep this for the rest of the we don't have much to go through. The second one that I casted on and knit, and I'm super proud of, and I'm 100% gonna do one for myself, is actually the little Technicolor pouch or purse, and this is mine. So I am proud to say that I have successfully added a zipper and sewn in a very cute lining. So this is what it looks like, and it works. It's not like the Florence bag that I knit where the zipper is a little bit junky and I don't know. I think it looks really cute. The only thing is my zipper, I'm really not good at sewing, like hand sewing. I don't have a sewing machine. I don't really particularly like sewing all that much, but I really wanted to get this bag to work. The only thing is the zipper at the top here, it's a little bit bumpy. Just this one, there's like a little bloop. I thought about taking it apart and redoing it, but I'm scared that it's not that big of an issue. And I'm scared that I will just have holes because of the needle going through. I'll just have holes in the fabric and holes in the zipper. And then what if it's worse? I'll just be angry at myself. And then like this is totally acceptable and a really cute bag. So this was knit in 3 different types of yarn. The blue and the sandy brown are the same, and this is silk and merino from Gazelle. I don't remember the exact name, but it's lace, silk, and merino from Gazelle. The white here is just Cascade 2020, their light fingering version. I've had this yarn in my stash. I don't remember why, but I just have leftover from a really long time, so that's what was used for that. And then this beige here, kind of like this pinkish beige, is from Onling, which is a Danish company. I got it in a gift box once, I think, and it is a Fair Isle yarn. It is a Shetland wool. It's a little bit more on the itchy side, and then the blue is the same fiber base as the brown. So I went to Dressew to pick up the lining for this bag and to pick up the little zipper, and that's where I get my sewing needles, and that's where I get my thread. They posted over on Instagram that they're actually going to be closing their store, which is very sad. There is no actual like closing end date as of yet, but it's basically till they stop getting shipments, because as of right now they're still getting like stock orders. Basically, once they stop getting those orders, they're kind of just gonna close up shop, which is super sad because they had the biggest variety of zipper options or buttons and ribbons and lace and fabric. It's insane. So it was super easy for me to go there and get those supplies. Now, once that does close, I don't know where I'm gonna go, because it's very hard to shop for buttons online. It's easy to like look at your fabric, your knit, and like compare it, especially with sizes. Sometimes a little millimeter or 0.5 will do such a difference. Sometimes just going up a shade, going lighter, big difference. So this is kind of like a bummer. Other than that, yeah, I guess that's kind of it for me for my knitting of August and July. I did some spinning, but you will have already seen that last week's video. I do not currently have any new acquisitions. I don't have any so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about any patterns or yarns that I mentioned in today's video, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys are having a lovely, beautiful day. And if this was a little bit short, things have been really hectic for me right now. So yeah. So I can't wait to catch up with you guys in the next one. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you all later. Bye.